Hello everyone, ex-Wallkill Bethelite here. And I've been a little bit sad lately, as have a lot of people, about the tragic death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter. And of course, all the people that passed away on that helicopter is just as tragic, but a lot of us were influenced or knew about Kobe. And what really touched me as a former Jehovah's Witness, and I don't know if a lot of you have thought about this, but how many of you have grown up in the organization? Like, you literally would say, I grew up in the truth. Of course, that's a cult term. But how many of us would say that? Well, Kobe Bryant basically grew up in basketball. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was drafted at back around 17 or 18. Like, he, as a teenager, was in the NBA. He grew up around all these people. Think about it. The same way a lot of us would say we grew up in the organization, Kobe essentially grew up in the NBA. It's that type of closeness. He saw the other people, the other NBA players, coaches, that much. The same as anybody else growing up somewhere. So when you see Doc Rivers crying, and when you see there's a YouTube video of, you know, the guys that were playing, and they were doing things in Kobe's honor, and I'm talking bawling, crying. Tracy McGrady was talking about Kobe, and he was crying on air. You know, when you're on air, you try not to, but you can't help it. That touched me. It touched me that Kobe was loved so much by the people in the organization he grew up in as a teenager. These people are bawling, crying, and just talking about all the memories they had with Kobe Bryant, and talking about the family, that they're going to be with the family. And I'm sure Kobe's wife and surviving relatives, they're going to have the whole NBA, everybody in that organization, they could call any of them if they wanted to talk. They could vent. They could call anybody. They can go over to anybody's house for dinner. Anybody come over there and cook. Or, as rich as these people are, have somebody, hire somebody to go cook, so that, you know, Kobe's wife doesn't have to do anything right now. All I'm seeing is what we can visibly see on television. We're not seeing everything that's going on behind closed doors as far as what the people in that organization, the NBA, are doing for the family. All of us that grew up in the organization that we grew up in, and the NBA is not a religious organization. We grew up in a religious organization where if a relative dies, you may or may not even get informed. If a relative, I've had relatives in the hospital, and nobody even told me. The sharp contrast of what life should be like. The other people that died in that helicopter crash, I'm sure have got people mourning them and caring for the families and all of that. It's the sharp contrast of what life should be like versus what life is in the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses. In the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses, you can die and nobody would care. I'm talking about you who have grown up in it. As a kid, grew up giving talks at 9, 8, 9, 10 years old. I gave talks at like either 7 or 8 years old. Grew up in it. If I were to die today, who would give a damn? I went to Bethel. These people don't even keep up with each other. Nobody gives a damn, and this is a religious organization. It's the sharp contrast. Most people that look at NBA players right now, look at everybody crying and talking about their favorite experiences with Kobe, they all think it's normal, because it is normal. As a former Jehovah's Witness, and you look out on that court and you see people crying and they don't even want to play. And NBA meetings were interrupted when it happened to break the news. They don't want to talk about basketball. When I see that, that's abnormal to me, because I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. I grew up where your own family don't give a damn about you, let alone other people in the same organization. The whole NBA organization. I'm talking about sports announcers, everybody. Everybody's got human sympathy. Everybody does in that organization and surrounding the organization. Fans. There may be fans that never met him and still have the same human sympathy. Oh my, he passed and lost his daughter in that same crash. Oh man, I can't imagine the family. One of my workmates said he was crying because he grew up caring about Kobe was an inspiration to him. If you were an inspiration to other people in that organization, think about Ray France. You can't do no more than what Ray France did. Ray France was in the governing body, like he did everything, he gave everything to care for the people in the organization that he was a part of. And look how they treated him. Just cast you out. And I know when I read Crisis of Conscience, all of us were captivated by the facts and the documents. But I was captivated by the Bethel experience that he had, because it mirrored my Bethel experience. These people don't give a damn. And it's supposedly a quote-unquote Christian organization. It's impossible. It's impossible for it to be a Christian organization and be the polar opposite of anything Christian when it comes to just natural human affection. These people turn people into robots. You're talking about people who, some of our own relatives, and it's become normal to us that some of our own relatives we have not even spoken to. People we grew up in the same house with, let alone same Kingdom Halls we grew up. I mean, yeah, there's people we played basketball with, if you want to compare it to the Kobe situation. Yeah, we played basketball with them, you know, going to the gym, playing basketball side by side, the whole knocking on doors thing. You would think that going to the Kingdom Hall with people and riding around in the car, walking around blocks, knocking on doors with these people, that there would be a certain amount of care, concern. And there isn't. I pioneered with people, knocked on doors. I was like, and this is not about me. I'm talking all of us who experienced it. Pioneer with people. You shared meals with people. You spent, I don't know how many hours with people preparing parts, going out to service, you know, doing things socially. The minute something happens in your life where you can't make meetings or something like that, you walk into a hall after not being there for a while, and that same person that you spent all that time with don't even come up and say hello. these people are despicable. And I understand that most people in that organization are that way. There may be a few that don't really follow all the rules, but even those people are aware that this is the culture there. So to be a part of it, you have to be, to a certain extent, okay with the knowledge that these people don't really give a damn sometimes about their own kids. I'm talking my own family. People in my own family don't even talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's a situation where sometimes people get busy, but in that religion, that organization, they particularly don't talk to you for a reason. Like, it's not even just the stupidity of it. It's the lack of being a human being. Obviously, I never met Kobe, but I'm looking at the people crying, the NBA players crying, the coaches crying, and struggling to get through interviews and things like that. And I got choked up because I'm thinking he grew up in that organization. They all knew him. This is how people are supposed to be if they lose somebody that grew up in the same organization as they did. And the family, think about it, after basketball, Kobe was coaching his daughter, his young daughter. And again, if you grew up as a JW, keep in mind, my biological father was not a Jehovah's Witness. So he did do things for me. But I feel bad for the people like my stepsister that her biological father was a Jehovah's Witness. Because I think about Kobe, and he's spending time with his family. After basketball, he'd be doing a lot of stuff, but he spent time with his family. He cared about his family. His daughter wanted to play basketball. He's going to spend time coaching her. I think they were going to a game to coach. I think he was going to coach when he was in the helicopter. He was spending time with his daughter. His daughter had a great dad. How many people that grew up in the Jehovah's Witness organization, their dad's in that, and they ain't grow up with no great dad, because they dad don't even give two damns about nothing other than that religion. I mean, really let it sink in. Let it sink in. I called Bethel trying to get a hold of a few people that I hadn't seen in a long time. This is years ago. I'd left probably, let's say, about 6 months after I left. Now, when I say I left, they told a bunch of us to just hit the door. A bunch of people that dedicated their life to helping others and trusting Watchtower in order to do that with housing and things like that, so they can just focus all their time and energy and attention on helping others. Watchtower just told a bunch of them just hit the door. We selling these buildings, we making this money, y'all go somewhere. So I'm one of those people. I finally start getting things together, get a job. I don't know, let's say maybe 5 months, 6 months later, just out of human decency, I call Bethel and say, hey, connect me to such and such's room. Just want to check on them, see how they're doing. Maybe share some experience about what it was like for me leaving. You know, these are people I didn't just work with, I live with them. We get up and have breakfast together. We have lunch together. We have dinner together. We live the same place. We see each other in the hallways. It goes a little bit beyond a person that you knew from the hall, because after you leave the hall, you may choose to spend time with that person, but at Bethel, you're with those people whether you choose to be or not. They're your roommates. At Bethel, we're in an organization together, but we live together and work together and eat together and everything. So yes, when I finally started to get things together, I called Bethel because I want to check up on people. Not for no XJW reason, just because I wanted to see how they were doing. What's new? I find out that some of the people that I worked with, and excuse me for tearing up, some of the people I worked with and lived with and ate with and just shared the whole Bethel struggle with as we're riding to our congregations and stuff like that, they got the boot also. They were no longer at Bethel. By the time I finally got myself settled to call Bethel to check on people, they freaking kicked them out too. And guess what? They don't even give you their contact information. Oh, can I get a phone number? You know what I mean? No, we don't give out that information. I freaking knew you. What are you talking about? You don't give out that damn information. We live together. What do you mean? I don't give out that information. So, okay, you're not going to give me a phone number. Where roundabout did they leave to? We don't give out that information. I mean, Bethel is, that organization is, we put you out whenever the hell we want, and we don't give a damn. You can't even talk to the people that you lived with at Bethel if they get, put out, and you don't know they get put out, because Bethel ain't gonna tell you where in the hell they went. Bethel ain't gonna make sure you get their new number. I had a lot of people's room numbers and stuff like that. I would just call them that way. The cell phone I had, I didn't even use it that much. I didn't have unlimited minutes or nothing like that. A relative gave me a cell phone. So Bethel is putting people out because they want to make money off these buildings. Bethel don't know where the hell people are going. And Bethel won't even let the people that live work. This is a damn religion. It wasn't supposed to be a business company. Bethel is not even letting you, if your own roommate got put out, they wouldn't give you a way to contact them. These people are despicable. Other cults, there's only a few cults that are that bad. So to grow up a certain way and then notice, to grow up in quote unquote a religious organization, and then after you leave, that's when you start to realize what human compassion and things like that actually is. Blows my mind that these people call themselves Christians, walking around with their damn magazines knowing they haven't even spoken to their own freaking son or daughter because they don't care about them. All they care about is, I gave such and such a talk at such and such a place. I knew such and such that gave a talk at the convention. All they care about is prominence. Oh, I knew such and such. Oh, I give talks here. Oh, I knew him and him and him and him in the organization. Like, these freaking idiots, man. Most people would just realize, hey, anything that is that lacking in human compassion can't be Christian. But then you got people that, it's I don't understand it. You guys comment down below, let me know what you think. 937-789-4029. We'll discuss it. But yeah, if you grew up in that organization, most likely you're going to realize what human compassion is after you leave. You don't even know what it is growing up. All you know is just, you talk to somebody, you spend time with them one day, the next day you can't no more. Because the organization is shunning them. Or Watchtower organization is shunning them. Jehovah's Witness organization is shunning them. But the Bethel experience really, really shook me. Where they put you out, they don't care where you are, where you're going, how you're getting there. All they care about is how soon can you leave? And then other people that they give their walking papers, they don't care, they don't give a damn. They don't have nothing set up as far as a way for people to keep in contact with each other or anything. when you hear news that devastating, you're not thinking, oh, let me get everybody's phone numbers real quick because Bethel is not going to connect me to them when I call back. You don't know that. You don't know that once you get set up and you start trying to call people, Bethel done kick them out too. You don't know that. Otherwise, you would have thought to get contact information or if you leave, where you're going to go, because Bethel's not going to help us get in contact with each other. So to see the NBA organization and how the people interact and the care and concern and the love that these people experience, it makes you feel jealous almost. Like, man, these people know. It's just normal to them to be human. If you grow up a Jehovah's Witness, you don't even know what it is to care about people. God was just somebody that was going to destroy everybody in Armageddon and just kill everybody that's not a Jehovah's Witness. You don't even know what it's... And somebody that you have to do a whole lot to please. You better pioneers if you want to please God. These people are despicable. All of them, because even if they, kind of don't follow all the rules, they know they're a part of a religion that supports shunning and the destruction of families and friendships and everything. So comment down below, let me know what you think. X Walk Hill Bethelite signing out.